we're working on finding the mean with the method of averaging. And we're looking at this problem here. And we already found with the mean line on homework last night, this red line shows us that the mean is 3. And we started with the data here. We talked about how this data is the same as this line plot. So those are things that we've done, and now we're going to find the mean with the average method. So you guys should do some steps. Like step 1, what did you do first, Zane? When you found the mean?
I just didn't really do steps. I just basically just tried 3 and then I got it. Well, and I also divided to make sure.
What'd you divide though? What'd you do for?
Oh yeah. So there's 12 kids, so I did 12 divided by 3. So sorry, I did 36, and then.
Where'd you get the 36? That's what I'm asking.
36 was from all like the up top. All like
the scores?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what you did was you added up all the scores.
Yeah.
So add up all the data points. And in this case, the data points are scores.
Yeah.
And he got 36. And so if you look at what he did, we know from this line plot there's 4 ones. So 4 ones. And we're going to add that to, how many 2's are there? 2 2's. And then there's 1 3. And then there's 5 what? 5 5's. So I'm adding up all those numbers, but instead of saying 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, I'm just saying 4 times 1. And instead of saying 2 plus 2, I'm just going to do 2 times 2. Then I have that 3. And then I have 25, because that's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. You understand where I got all those numbers? So it's easier than writing them all out in a long string. We want to be smart about that. And when I add that up, this is 8 plus 3 plus 25. And that's 11 plus 25. And that's 36. So step 1 is to add up all the data points. We've just done step 1. Now step 2 is to divide the total. In this case, the total was 36 by, what'd you divide by? Right. Divided by the number of scores or students. Okay? So you divide by the number of scores. So we added up all the scores, and then we divided by the number of scores. And in this case, it was 12. So 36 divided by 12 gives us 3. So 3 is the mean. And if you look over here, that's what our red line showed us. The mean line should work out to be the exact same thing as when you average. Okay? How do we feel about that? Thumbs up or thumbs down sideways? Need a little practice? We're going to practice with the quiz. No? So, good question. So, I noticed on the quiz, on the back of your quiz, you have a blank spot. So the left is the quiz from yesterday, and the right is the blank spot. So what I'm going to do is, before we get too into each individual quiz, look at the middle problem, and I'm going to use the middle problem to calculate the mean. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to try to repeat that process on the blank space back here. So I want you to complete the mean of problem 2 right here. We already have that in front of us, and so I'm going to give you a few minutes to talk about it. And I'll pause this. So then, Brooke, what'd you do? What was your numbers that you worked with in step 1?
So I just added all of the shoe sizes.
So what was the first number? First
3.
score. 3, right? The first score was 3. So read me your list. Plus
8.
Okay, so that came from the 2 4s. And in this case, since it's a small list, I'm going to write it out. And then
Plus
7,
8.
and then 8, and then 10. So that's a small list. So you heard her say 3 plus 8. That came from both 4s. Plus 7, plus 8, plus 10. You could do some mental math. 3 plus 8 is 11, plus 7 more, 18, plus 8 more, 26, plus 10 more, 36. So we have the total. I need you two to move away from each other. Away. Split up, because you're having trouble focusing. Step 2, Ava, you take your 36, and you divide by
the
number of,
shoe size.
you divide by the different,
Yeah.
each shoe size there is like a person. So there's 6 data points. So you divide by the number of data points. And so we get the mean is 6. And when we look at our mean line over here, I'm going to zoom in over here. That's what we found out with the mean line. The mean is 6. Yes. So is that easier to see? That's your homework. You're going to calculate the mean visually with the mean line, and then this is called algorithmically with a rule. Algorithm means like a rule. Yes, it does. So you're going to do 2 different things tonight on your homework. I'm going to give you a worksheet, and it has a graph and a line plot, and you're going to calculate it with a mean line and with a rule.
Oh.
Got it?
Which time would it take?
Oh, it's pretty quick. It's only 5 of them.
But it doesn't.
So I'm going to stop that there in case somebody is absent and they can look at that. I don't know, my recording keeps hiding today.
I